What's going on, everyone? Dr. Goku here with another Dragon Ball discussion video. Today, I wanted to talk about whether or not fighting Android 19 accelerated the infection of Goku's heart virus, making it happen earlier than it should have, and if there's a possibility that there's a real-world disease that exists in our world that is similar to Goku's heart virus. Before jumping right into the fight, we're going to backtrack 3 years prior to it. It's been 1 year since Goku and Frieza fought, and our hero was barely able to get off the exploding planet Namek and thinking that he finally defeated Frieza. But boy was he wrong. Frieza was back, and to make matters worse, he was on Earth and looking for revenge against the Saiyan. Except this time around, Goku was not there to save everyone. Just as Frieza gave the command to his soldiers to go find the Saiyans, out of nowhere appeared a purple-haired teenager we've never met before, threatening Frieza of a fight with a real Super Saiyan, and he wasn't talking about Goku. Frieza found his threat quite humorous. It wasn't until our purple-haired stranger turned into a blonde, and quickly wiped that smile right off of Frieza's face. Fast-forwarding a little, and Frieza was quickly turned into Space Emperor Sushi, and then blown into little bits. And moments later, King Cold endured a similar burst of energy, and leading to his own death. The Z-Warriors were stunned. Frieza was finally defeated. But was this stranger a friend or a new foe? What shocked them even more was that he knew exactly when and where Goku would arrive. About 3 hours later, and one incredibly awkward and unforgettable flirt, as Bulma hit on Trunks. Well, finally, Son Goku had arrived. Instantly, Goku was asked to talk in private with the stranger, and so he learned who he was, how he traveled from a destroyed future, and how that same threat would arrive in 3 years' time. Their conversation went like this. So 3 years later, the Z-Warriors met again on May 12th at 10 a.m. on an island 9 miles southwest of South City, awaiting for the arrival of the two deadly androids. It wasn't long before the androids attacked the city, setting off the first explosion. That's when the team flew over to go and find them. The androids first crossed paths with Yamcha, and well, they Yamcha'd him. Fortunately, this allowed the rest of the team to sense Yamcha's dwindling energy and find him quickly, as well as the androids. So now we finally arrived to Goku's fight with Android 19. And at first, Goku was dominating the fight with ease. But it wasn't until he fired a Kamehameha wave at Android 19, who did take a direct hit, but he was left without a scratch or a scuff. 19 was able to absorb all of the energy from Goku's attack, not only deflecting it, but replenishing his energy as well. This move allowed 19 to turn the battle to his favor. Moments later, everyone realized that Goku wasn't losing because he was drained from one attack, or even from Android 19's power. He was in pain, and it was his heart. With everyone aware of this, Piccolo yelled to Krillin to throw a senzu bean to Goku. Yet, if this was any other situation, then the senzu bean would have worked, like it always has in the past. But not this time. The senzu bean actually made matters worse, escalating Goku's pain even further. Now before we jump back into the fight, I wanted to relate Goku's heart condition to a real-world example. So in the Dragon Ball world, they called it Goku's Heart Virus. And from the information that we were given about it, as well as what I've learned in school, the closest real-world resemblance or disease would be called fatal myocarditis, stemming from the broader infection viral myocarditis. This infection or disease is histologically defined as the inflammation of the myocardium with necrosis and degradation of the myocytes. So you guys know the myocardium is the middle layer of the heart made up of spontaneously contracting cardiac muscle fibers that through electrical currents allow the heart to contract and push blood throughout the body. Remember that, just like breathing, our hearts beat involuntarily, meaning that we don't need to remind ourselves to make sure that it beats every single time. So when the myocardium becomes inflamed, it becomes difficult for the heart to beat regularly, thus adding pressure and stress onto the heart and causing it to develop rapid abnormal heart rhythms or arrhythmias. In most cases, patients with viral myocarditis may be infected years before being diagnosed. Meanwhile, the infection itself becomes chronic and harder to treat. And yet we still are unsure of the pathological process of this infection, since it can happen from a long list of substances, such as the common cold virus or the Epstein-Barr virus, which also causes mononucleosis, hepatitis C, herpes, HIV, and the list goes on. Or it may also stem from a self-directed immune response, where the patient's immune system attacks the body. This is also seen in diseases like rheumatoid arthritis and lupus. Now, even though fatal paraviral myocarditis is incredibly rare, it is almost always fatal. And similarly to Goku's heart virus, it is very difficult to diagnose, since the symptoms don't appear at first, and then the stage is chronic and it's about to kill you. So Goku would have had no idea what's going on if it wasn't for Trunks warning him years before. More so, there being no cure for this infection either. Both of these diseases, regardless whether fictional or not, seem to be one and the same when comparing their symptoms, the prognosis, and the limited treatments and/or cures. So now what do you guys think? How likely is it that the heart virus from Dragon Ball Z is what we actually call fatal paraviral myocarditis? Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you like my content and you want to see more of it, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be updated on all future content like this. Thanks again, and until next time.